tasteless comedy. It's a choice of a new generation. So hold on to your hats and let's go.
From the start.
What we do is we get together at the weekends and just reenact events and battles of the Gulf War. Today my character is Colonel Gilly Cavalfa, a US Marine.
And I'll be playing the part of a suspected suicide bomber.
Here we go.
Get out of the fucking car!
Welcome to Gash. Today was a day of progress on all fronts. The World Health Organization says SARS is peaking, and have traced the source of the virus back to monkeys, and they've issued a pack of 55 playing cards with photos of the world's most wanted monkeys, who they want blown up by the weekend. With the war officially over, American troops started leaving their bases in Saudi Arabia this morning, presumably so they can invade it next week. Progress too when a British art theft came to a happy conclusion. It started on Sunday when the 500 people who posed naked in Selfridges were stolen by thieves. And it all ended this morning when they were all found dumped at the back of a toilet in Woolworths. Serious questions are being asked about trigger-happy American soldiers after 13 people were shot and killed by the Americans in Iraq this morning and liberated from their heads and limbs. And an Apache helicopter blew up a boy wearing combat trousers in Leeds. As a result, the Pentagon has issued new rules of engagement for American forces, which they say should cut down incidents of firing on innocent Iraqis, leaving them more time to concentrate on British forces. These rules are: 1, if approached by anyone, demand to see their ID by shooting it out of their pocket. 2, if you kill him, gauge whether this will make his grieving family potential suicide attackers, and if so, shoot them too. 3, apologise by shooting the word sorry into their car. 4, hear the voice of Charlton Heston in your head and fire indiscriminately. OK, joining me this evening again is Dominic Holland, comedian and novelist, you describe yourself these days.
Very pompous. Yes, hello. The story I wanted to talk about was race, because race is always in the news, asylum seekers, because today was the very first repatriation of illegal immigrants.
Oh, right.
Yep, 30 Afghans were flown to Kabul today.
Yeah.
And I think that's been the first time in aviation history when the plane landed in Kabul, the air hostess must have come over the intercom. So thank you for flying today. I hope you've enjoyed your flight, and we hope never to see any of you again.
Did you know the airline?
Probably Go, I would have thought. What flight is it? Just Go.
Go. EasyJet. But Ian Duncan Smith was in the news today because he has accused... He has said that because Blair and Blunkett are not dealing effectively enough with asylum seekers,
right,
it's fanning support for the BNP. So Ian Duncan Smith was trying to have it both ways, because he was trying to say, vote Conservative and you won't get the BNP or foreigners. So he was trying to have his race cake and eat it at the same time.
He should be more concerned with getting people to vote for him rather than worried about who Labour are getting to vote for them or against them. But the race card is a big issue. I mean, I want to know where bogus is, because that's where they're all from, isn't it?
Did you say race card? Whereas Ian Duncan Smith issued a pack of 55 race cards.
You're obsessed with cards.
I am. Yeah. I'm a gambling man at heart.
You are.
But Saddam's a bit worried that they are now actually clearing the backlog of asylum seekers, because I think his plan was to seek asylum here and just hope he wouldn't be uncovered for 6 years.
But that's what Tariq Aziz wants to do.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to broker himself a big pad in Britain.
Right.
And the more information he gives, the bigger house he gets.
Yeah.
OK, so far, he's come up with Saddam Hussein is alive, which equates to a sort of flat in our broth. And then he said he didn't die in that restaurant, which is obvious, really, because if you're in a restaurant in Baghdad, the last person you're going to give a table to is Saddam Hussein, isn't it? You'd be saying, look, we're very busy, Mr. Hussein, we do deliver. Happy to deliver, free bottle of Coke, no worries.
We've got a cruise-guided system that delivers very, very accurately. Well, now that all the pictures of Saddam have been removed from Baghdad, they're putting up massive wanted posters of Saddam, so progress has been made. And with the war officially over, it's time now to look at the New World Order. The New World Order has just been published, so let's have a look. There it is, New World Order. 1, America. That's it, really. So you're just going to have to live with it, really.
And we've just heard 1,000 bees have been driven indoors by bad language.
OK, well, to talk us through how America and Britain have hammered out a roadmap of the new Iraq, over to our post-war Iraqi roadmap correspondent, John Holmes.
Hi, Armando. Well, as you can see, what's happened here is this is a map of the Middle East as the Americans have now rebuilt it.
Yeah.
In the middle there, instead of Iraq, they've called it Texac. So down here, you've got Sunny Delight.
OK.
Down there. And instead of Nineveh, 9/11er.
I see. I see how this is going.
It's
yes, I see.
Not clever. Mafia Delfina up here. It's Body Bag.
Right. What's this town here? This is the town of Fuck You Chirac.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you look at here as well, Iran is just called Next. And obviously up here, Turkey is just called Chicken now. Very clever.
OK, well, thanks, John. Looking back on the war, what was noticeable was how fickle British support was. It started off at 65% opposing the war under any circumstances and ended with 89% disappointed it was all over and looking forward to an attack in Syria. So we've gathered a representative snapshot of the public way of thinking.
I'm not pro-war, but I am pro-war.
Yeah, I'm definitely anti-war, but the thing with wars is once you start, you just can't stop. They're a bit like Pringles in that respect.
I'm anti-war, but if it's a just war, then I'm for it. This isn't a just war, but it's the closest thing we have to a just war, so I'm for it.
What was great about the war was basically everyone died, except Nina Simone, which was terrible.
Very fickle, the public, aren't they? I was sort of...
Those public were very fickle.
They weren't paid at all by any of us.
They were confused.
I was sort of interested in how fickle politicians were, because I noticed, you know, Claire Short originally went on the television and said, I will resign if there's a war, and then 2 days later said, I'm not going to resign. And I wondered what happened in the intervening 2 days. And then if you play, I actually found if you played that footage of her saying, I will resign, if you turned the sound up, in the background you could hear someone going, no.
Do you know the millionaire thing? There's it must be a millionaire coughing thing.
Yeah.
In a million's not enough now. You see, that was like the big prize. But in America, Pepsi genuinely are doing a show now where the prize is $1 billion.
Really?
They're going up to $1 billion.
My God, what the consolation prize is, like the Queen.
Yeah, that's what you win. Or Paul McCartney, who's richer, or something. I don't know. But I was thinking, you know, if you're going to cheat on that, it's got to be a lot more than coughing.
Yeah. You're talking tuberculosis, I think.
SARS is the cheating way of doing that, I think.
I'd happily bring up a lung to win £1 billion.
The interesting thing about SARS, though, is it's called severe acute respiratory syndrome.
Yeah.
But don't severe and acute mean the same thing?
Yeah.
That's the same word.
Yeah.
Right, but I can only assume it's there, because if severe was missing, it'd just be arse.
You've got acute arse.
You've got acute arse. And then Kylie would die.
Which would be terrible.
Lots of people would be given terrible news and smirk at the same time.
Why don't you stop there? Why don't you just go further and say, who wants to win a planet? You win Saturn. You get this question right, you can't get there, you can have Saturn. What would you do with $1 billion?
Buy Saturn.
How'd you get Saturn home?
Yeah.
Would you use Venus's gravitational...
slingshot it around the moon or something.
It'd be a good boater, wouldn't it, taking your girlfriend for a walk. See that? I own that.
You'd have to walk with a big telescope, surely, to see
No, you can see it with the...
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I'm a
sorry, Patrick Moore.
Yeah, sorry.
No idea.
I can't help feeling we've wandered slightly off the subject, which was Iraq. Which was Iraq.
The Americans are going to bomb Saturn next, though.
Oh, yeah, but that's a mistake. They're actually planning Venus. And they'll probably kill a British astronaut at the same time. Anyway, this morning, Admiral Sir Michael Boyce, the retiring head of the armed forces, said that Britain wouldn't be ready for another war for another 18 months. Now, for a high-ranking soldier to say that basically Britain is fair game for the next year and a half, if anyone wants to take us on, is possibly high treason. Sir Michael has done the worst thing imaginable under the circumstances and decided to hold a live press conference as we speak. So we're able to join it live now. Admiral, which countries could Britain invade now?
We could probably take back Hong Kong, but only because half of them are dying of SARS.
I see. Anyone else?
We should take on Germany, go for the hat-trick. And Iraq, it's what they least expect.
What's our security position at the moment, then?
Well, it's quite easy to hack into Nuclear Command. The access code is 8633. My birthday, actually.
Are there any weaknesses?
The password is Betty, my first horse.
Could I just ask, what about British intelligence? What's the state of British intelligence at the moment?
Well, our surveillance is so sophisticated. I watched the Queen drop a loaf on Sunday night. Would you believe it, she's a two-flusher.
That is going to be on the front pages tomorrow, I can guarantee it. Are there any weaknesses in the American position?
Well, Rumsfeld's the power behind the throne. Rub him out and the whole administration would collapse. Get him on his Sunday morning jog. He doesn't take security, thinks it's showy.
Thanks for that. Any views on the New World Order?
The only person with any sense is David Icke. He's quite right. The whole world is run by lizards.
Anything else you'd like to say, Admiral, on a personal level?
I had a crush on a boy at boarding school. Never acted on it. Maybe now I will.
Well, it's a crucial week for television. The Communications Bill is being debated in Parliament. If passed, it will allow media ownership by foreign owners. Opposing it, Lib Dem peer Lord McNally said, "I want my children to see children's programmes which have a definite British content and identity." But of course, if you made children's TV more British, you'd get Bob the Racist Builder, watersheds being vandalised, teenage soap characters obsessed with American culture, and a cartoon superhero with ginger hair and a face like a cod.
You know the Ofcom bill you were talking about, the comms bill? Where,
sorry?
The comms bill you were talking about.
The communication bill. Oh, the communications bill.
Yeah.
The comms bill.
Hey. I mean, with the lingo. Come on, get with the programme.
I'm on the wrong show.
Yeah.
This is absurd.
Yeah. Well, no, the communication bill, or comms bill,
right.
Is this man annoying you?
He's scaring me.
We can't have him removed.
Comms bill.
Go. No, but Al Jazeera now, obviously, because foreign owners are allowed, Al Jazeera are free to come and run and pitch for TV shows.
Yes.
So...
Oh, that'd be great. Al Jazeera running sort of one of the ITV regions.
Wouldn't that be good? Or
that'd be great.
The contract for
Norwich.
Channel 4's breakfast show.
Norwich.
But rise up against the infidel.
That's right.
With Helen Sue.
Of course, yes, to rescue it, yes. One thing I like to do whenever I go to have programme meetings with sort of channel controllers is rifle through their desks and see what ideas for programmes they're coming up with. I've got some here. What have we got here? We've got planned programmes. Look out for these in the future. Ground Force at Ground Zero. Look at that one. Arctic Roll. Can Danny Bear roll to the pole?
Programme for students. Ready, steady, wash up.
Why Are They Now? An investigation into pointless celebrities.
Les Dawson's Creek.
Nettles Metals. John Nettles explores the world of smelting.
But watch that.
Watch that in the 24-hour news. Of course, just to demonstrate that we're not a dumbing down programme, after the break, chocolate and the Labour Party.
This gift of earth I gave to you in ancient days, you have squandered and pillaged. Now it will end. Now you will face the wrath and retribution of my angel of doom.
Welcome back. Yesterday we had the row over Jarvis, the engineering contractors winning the contract to run Britain's failing schools. And today Cadbury's Chocolate are getting in the act, being criticised for encouraging children to eat chocolate in return for vouchers to pay for sports equipment to work off the thick fat and pimples caused by the chocolate in the first place. This is just another example of people who don't know about teaching, getting involved in teaching.
They're winning things like basketball. And I'm thinking, you know, if you're going to give kids sports equipment for eating chocolate, then make it appropriate. You know, 5,000 Mars bars, a packet of darts.
You've got to think ahead, though. If the figures were today, 5,540 crunches will buy you a volleyball net.
Yes.
Just
the net?
Think about, just the net. But in 10 years, the Olympic sport of fat, toothless volleyball will be gold medal winners. But it's carrying on with the tradition, isn't there? Because Walker's Crisps do that books thing.
Yes.
Where they attempt to cull swatty kids with salt or something. And then there's that controversial cigarettes for bike sheds deal.
Yes.
Out of my school. And heroin for hats.
OK, well, we're all very excited here on Gash to have secured the services of a great new comedian and satirist, Mickey Dick, who all this week is going to be giving the great and the good a taste of their very own medicine that's probably been tested on monkeys. Yeah. Tonight, Mickey Dick is going to take on the oil companies.
The war in Iraq was about oil. The oil companies funded Bush's presidential campaign so that the regime change in Iraq would allow America to put force on the OPEC cartel to lower their prices. Now, I'm here at the UK headquarters for Gladstone, the largest American oil company. And I'm going to try and get into the managing director's office and see if I can exchange these petrol tokens for a barbecue set. Let's go.
May I take your name?
My name?
Yes, please.
John.
John.
John. John.
Oh, sorry.
John.
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 Right. Hello, it's main reception. There's a gentleman.
Yes.
This gentleman's to see you.
Do you like barbecues?
This is one of those sort of wind-up type things, isn't it? You just call security. I've been thrown out. If you can't do the job properly, then in fact you're fired. Go on. Get out. Please, get out.
I think we better shut up. Before you go.
Mickey Dick there, he's going to be on every night, perhaps. Now, there is a local election coming up this Thursday. We're going to be speaking to all the main parties this week. Well, we're not. The Tories pulled out. But first of all, to talk... That's true. But first of all, not from the election, from the programme. But if they pulled out from the election, it'd probably make no difference. No, I mustn't say that. Yeah, I can. But here to talk about Labour's election case, I'm pleased to welcome Labour MP John McFall. Thank you very much. And you're also sort of chairman of the Treasury Select Committee.
That's correct.
All right, so... oh, and Scottish too.
From Glasgow, just like yourself.
Congratulations.
So your ancestors came from Italy, mine came from Ireland, but we met in Glasgow.
Yeah, it's not halfway.
And I was born in Rotten Row.
Well, since we're talking about Europe, I've often found that it's very difficult to get out of a politician a very simple, straightforward explanation of not only what the whole euro issue is about, but what their views are on the euro. What would you say the Labour view or your own view is on the euro?
Well, my committee just yesterday published a report, 137 paragraphs, so very simple. Right,
okay.
so you can read that.
It's a great read, actually.
Yeah, you can understand it.
It's up there with J.K. Rowling.
Exactly.
For putting boys and girls to sleep.
But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, what we're saying, it is a complex issue.
Yeah.
People have to exercise their judgment at the end of the day.
Yeah. When is the end of the day, though? That's what I think a lot of people...
The end of the day will be when the Prime Minister says there will be a referendum.
Now, when does he decide? What will make him decide?
When he thinks he can win.
When he thinks he can win. But
that's a very political answer, Dominic.
How will he find out whether he can win?
He has a referendum before the referendum.
Right. So there's a pre-referendum.
Yeah, well, there's focus groups.
Yes, but we're talking about, what, a focus group consisting of 50 million people. How is the decision going to be made on when there is a referendum to decide whether we have decided whether we want a referendum to go into the euro?
Gordon Brown has established what he calls 5 economic tests.
Yeah.
And that was the issue which my committee looked at.
Yeah.
Now, we won't bore you with it at the end of the day, but he said that there has to be a clear and unambiguous case for entry into the euro. Because he said if you look at the history of sterling over the 21st century in Britain, it's been a shambles right through from 1925 when we went to the gold standard to 1992 when we crashed out of ERM.
Good case for getting rid of sterling, though, isn't it?
Exactly.
It was a shambles.
Exactly. Well, that's the point some people are making.
But your boss doesn't want to get rid of it, though, does he? Gordon Brown wants to keep it.
Well, who knows? Because at his budget, he was very subtle about that, because he kept making pro-Euro noises through the budget, yet the next day the press interpreted that as anti-Euro. So
He should have done the whole budget in euros and just subtly got it in. So normally where he'd say, well, everything's going up by pounds, he just sort of said, and beer will go up €1.
But the problem is, what exactly is a pro-Euro noise?
It's this.
No. The problem having the euro, though, is that we're going to constantly feel like we're on holiday.
Well, that'd be a good thing. That's great.
You'd be converting it back all the time.
You should just have a traveller's check.
You're just knackered.
Have you seen the euro at the moment? On the back of the euro, it's a picture of all of Europe having a party and Britain at home having a pizza. We were talking about pro-euro noises, actually. I was... if you turn the microphones up on a speech given by Gordon Brown, you can hear exactly what's going on.
But it's because of the tough decisions we took in 1997 to reduce our debt, to make the Bank of England independent, and we will continue to back the bank in the difficult decisions it makes. It's because of these tough decisions that we're today in a better position to withstand the ups and downs of the economic cycle and all the pressures and difficulties we now face.
OK, every night we're going to end with our topical balloonist, Graham. He really set the standards high last night with his balloon version of George Galloway MP being hanged and beheaded in balloon format. So let's see if we can better that tonight. Graham, what have you got for us tonight?
Oh, good evening. This is Charlie Carruthers. And he's very chuffed about the vouchers for chocolate scheme.
Yes.
And as you can see, he's already lost a couple of teeth. And he's actually bought 50 more bars from the tuck shop. And so once he's eaten 10 bars, he'll probably end up looking like this. Once he's eaten 20 bars, he'll look like this.
It's kinetic.
30 bars, he'll look like this. 40 bars. 50 bars. And then he'll probably explode.
Thank you, Graham. You haven't got balloon version of gut spilling, have you?
No, not at the moment.
All right.
I'll work on it, though.
That'll be on our website.
Okay,
Thanks very much. Graham, our balloonist.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's Graham, our topical balloonist. That's all for Gash tonight. See you same time tomorrow. Good night.
Coming up next on Channel 4, Gail Porter's puke party.
Well, that's not strictly true, because coming up next here on Channel 4 in real life, it's NYPD Blue.